Now, no, 15 guns were taken from the home of Jason Dalton in Kalamazoo. We're talking about 11 rifles and long guns, 4 handguns. Another 9mm semi-automatic handgun was believed used in the shootings and also recovered. And as you just said, the evidence is growing that this confessed killer was working as an Uber driver during these shootings. Jason Dalton in jail in Kalamazoo, charged with murder and attempted murder. Officials confirm the evidence. Dalton did the crimes in between providing Uber rides Saturday night.
We were kind of driving through medians, driving through the lawn, speeding along, and then finally, once he came to a stop, I jumped out of the car and ran away.
Dalton had no criminal history, no history of mental illness. His motive is still not known. Uber officials said in a news conference call yesterday they make customer safety a top priority.
When we do receive complaints about violence, we will suspend the driver immediately while we investigate the allegations.
In the case of Jason Dalton on Saturday night, that did not happen immediately. Dalton went on to kill.
No background check process would have made a difference in this case because the person had no criminal history.
The company does say Dalton was just approved to drive for Uber on January 25th. He had given about 100 rides and had a good customer rating of 4.73 stars out of a possible 5. But the Uber screening is again under scrutiny. To become an Uber driver, you apply online and must provide name, date of birth, social security number, driver's license number, vehicle registration, insurance, and proof of a vehicle inspection. UberX drivers use their own cars. The national TV show Crime Watch on our sister station, TV 20 Detroit, tested Uber, and it failed to catch not 1, but 3 convicted felons who applied to be Uber drivers.
The last conviction that I had, I'd broken into a sporting goods store and stole 19 handguns.
Uber uses a third party called Checker to do driver background checks, but it is limited to looking back only 7 years. The 3 applicants Crime Watch used had convictions beyond that 7-year reach. Critics of Uber say it should run fingerprints, but the company responds even FBI records are not always accurate.
The system that Uber has is extremely safe.
Another criticism about Uber is if you apply personally to be a driver and you use your own vehicle and you're approved, you never deal with anybody face to face. It's all online, and the next thing you get is smartphones in the mail and you can hit the road. The stakes are high for Uber. Earlier this month, it agreed to pay to settle 2 lawsuits about safety and fees. Los Angeles and San Francisco have lawsuits pending, alleging the company failed to prevent several felons from being hired. In response to the litigation, Uber stopped using slogans like safer than a taxi and industry-leading background checks. Detroit reached an agreement in 2014 to Uber to operate here. And get this, after Kalamazoo, the city attorney just sent Uber this email today asking for verification that annual criminal background checks are done and any driver convicted at any time for fraud, sexual offenses, use of a vehicle to commit a felony, theft, acts of violence, shall not be permitted to drive.
You have 2 Uber Black cars that are available to come and service your needs within 10 minutes.
More layers of Uber security come at a cost. Brentwood Limousine in Macomb County hires its own drivers, and they drive for Uber Black. That service is available on the Uber app, but it can cost 3 to 4 times more per trip than UberX, a guy driving his own car.
We have a maximum $7 million liability insurance. The state, when it comes to sedans, requires a minimum of 1. Because of those strict insurance guidelines, the insurance companies actually are very strict and do their own background checks on our drivers.
Liability could become a new issue for Uber, with 6 dead and 2 injured in Kalamazoo. And I'm digging deeper on problems with Uber and the state, including this cease and desist order issued long before the shootings, and also a close call for 2 people who were just minutes away from an Uber ride with Jason Dalton right before he was arrested by police. I'm going to have those stories coming up tonight at 6. Joanne?
All right, we look forward to that, Jim. Thank you. There's